I'm back. I talked about this this thing here, this TC Electronic G Natural, in another video that this was coming up, and I bought this recently for 99 quid, as they say in England, or $120 in the real world. Yeah, it's from one of those sort of junk shop type of places, you know, second hand type of walk around and oh, have a look at that. Yeah, so there it was. Yeah, silly me. I bought it for my electric guitar, but it's an acoustic one. Not to worry. And my argument's this. These probably don't fetch as much as, say, the one that looks like this. You've seen it. Anyway, the point is, for me 99 quid or $120, listen, I can tell you now, the compression, modulation, delay and reverb are the same no matter what guitar you put in. So, yeah, I think it was a good deal. But you might say to yourself, well, it is a good deal, but I only play electric, like me. I sold the acoustic. Don't ever use it. So I'm going to use it on electric. So what we're going to do is take a quick look at it, have a look inside, as we always do, on an inside and outside on a TC Electronic G Natural. And then we're going to plug it into the guitars out there and see what it sounds like on an electric. And I think I must be the first guy in the world to have done that. But don't worry. The fact is, you'll find these kicking around for your £90 or your $120 and there'll be a bargain. Then you'll know that they work on an electric, won't you? Yeah, sounds like a plan. So anyway, let me go and rip it apart so we can see what's going on inside, and then yeah, we'll have a listen. Tss, hold on. Oh, you're back. Well, here it is with the lid off. What we're going to do is have a look at the sort of control area first, and then we're going to go and have a look at the board, because I think you get rather a lot for your money for your 99 quid or your $120, don't forget. And don't worry about that acoustic thing. I think that's just a bit of a misnomer, no matter what they say. Anyway, let's go and have a look at this. Look at the hardware for your money. And yeah, move on. Hold on. Actually, what we're looking at here is the top bit with the controls on and the display. The display is just there. That's the display unit. And then you've got this with all the little buttons on and the rest, but then you've got the foot switches. Now, one of the things about the foot switches is they're all pretty standard switches, so if you do get any problems with these, you can screw them off, and I reckon you could buy them almost anywhere. You look at the quality of the board. Like most TC electronic stuff, it's really, really high quality, and I just wanted to show you that top side so you could get a bit of an idea of what's going on. We'll have a look down at the main board in a second, and you'll see there's a big improvement in that. But yeah, it says here, what does it say? 0707, well, maybe it was. I don't know where that was built exactly, or when it was built exactly, but we might find some clues further down on the main board. So let's go and take a close look at that after having seen this bit. Oh look, somebody's been cleaning it off. See that? To get good grounds. Maybe it was the manufacturer. Well, here's a quick overview of the main board. And you can see just underneath it there's a little power supply. Power supply looks pretty run-of-the-mill. But the main board actually looks quite good. You got a lot of surface mounted technology there, and well, the quality's absolutely awesome. I can't see a place where it's manufactured, but like most things, this one looks from one of the better places in the world rather than the less better places in the world. You've got some memory on here. Looks like a DSP processor. Well, it is a DSP processor. Looks like that looks like a BIOS or something like that. But the overall quality's pretty much awesome, and that's the reason I lifted the lid on this, to show you what you can get for your $120 or your £90 if you fish around a bit. And this sort of gear is out there, and it's out there at a really, really brilliant price. That's what's great about it. Looks this one here. This is an old unit by the look of this. I see there 1807. That reminds me of week 18 in 2007. So it's 10 years old, believe it or not. And does it sound any worse today than it ever did? Well, no, it doesn't. It sounds exactly like it did when it was brand new. And you can see inside it's pretty much like it was brand new. We'll zoom in a little bit closer for a couple of things and then go from there. Hold on. Just a quick shot of that area with the sort of memory in it and the processor, well, the DSP processor, one or two other bits and pieces. You can see the quality's like, well, it's first rate, isn't it? And even moving along a bit on the board, you can see the sort of quality's awesome. It's all surface mount, I agree, but wow, man, that'd cost you some money today. I bet you'd be in the 400 to 500 quid to get this thing made. And there's another quick shot of the other part of the board with the I/O all up there. Yeah, very nice. Now the case is held in position with loads of these set screws like this, and what you find on these sort of products is they've been hammered around a bit over the years. Like I said, this one's probably 10 years old. And you can see the edges of the screws become silver and stuff like that. Well, there's a little tip here. If you want your gear to look a little bit better than its 10-year-old life, just take one of these markers, permanent marker, and just whiz around the edge. Just a little tip. Well, I'm not going to spend all day on this one. This is just a very, very quick overview of what's on the back of this thing. Because remember, we're going to use it for an electric guitar and we're not going to do any of the other things that it could do. So it's not a complete in-depth review of every last thing that the acoustic aspect of this could be used for. You know, and that sort of thing. So let's take a quick ganders at what we've got. You've got all the approvals down the bottom and the mains input. That's the first thing. So we get that out of the way because TC Electronics sort of a European type of thing that makes things in other places, but they do it just standard. We've got the pedal in here, nice and simple. Then we've got Midi, so that's also pretty useful as well. We've got an in, a through and an out, so we can chain things together. We can do all sorts of stuff with that, which is pretty useful. The other thing I like is that it's got a digital I/O, so if you do recording, you could actually WAS this across. No, that's another pedal, isn't it, WAS? Yeah, we could digital output it across into the PC, so we're getting a digital signal out. One guy did say that there was no outputs for PCs, but that actually is one, because you can do that. You've got a digital in as well. I've never used that, but I could use that. Then we've got balanced outputs for left and right, so it's in stereo. If you want it in stereo, of course, you'd just use left, probably, if not. You've also got balanced inputs, so you've got an instrument in, or a line in. Now that can be useful for 1,001 things, as most of you know. Anyway, I'm not even worried about any of it for now. The important bits are we've got a SPDIF out, and we've got a left and right balanced out, and we've also got a mic in, so we've got room here for mic inputs or mic pass through there, so you could actually put a mic in here and send it all out in the left and right and or this SPDIF to record. Or if you were on stage, obviously you could do that. You've got things like 48 volt phantom, there's a limiter in there for your vocal, mic in select, minus 20 dBs, mic levels, all sorts of things. I'm not really worried about any of that. I only bought it to get those basic sounds out of this thing, and for the price I paid, it was about £90, $120. I'm getting an awful lot for my money, whether it's new, old, indifferent or whatever. This thing rocks for that money. Let's have a look at the top. Now listen, I'm not going to spend all day on this pedal showing you every last feature. The objective is to show you that it's got compression, modulation, delay, reverb. It's even got a little boost down here, and it's a clean boost, which could be very useful for some guys. You've seen me use clean boost pedals before, and they can be very good for, you know, just zapping the front end of your amp, your tube amp that is, to get that extra bit of gain. You got a bank up and down, and we've got 3 settings there, but you can see you can just whiz around all this stuff and change the modulation. You can see how it's changing there. And as it moves, I don't know whether you can actually see this, but in this section you can change what the various parameters are set to. And then of course you can store it. It's all pretty good really, bearing in mind it's money. Absolutely solidly made. Not that much to talk about, and I'm not going to really talk much about it. I'm going to get on with it and yeah, go from there. Well, we can set factory defaults up, we can do loads of different stuff, we can reset this, we can do all the things that you can do, all the modern ones, but like I said, designed for acoustic, G natural, but I wouldn't worry about that. I think you'll find that when we get back to it and we can change the EQs and turn the EQ on and off, because the fact is with the EQ, off or on, fact is if it's off, well then it's not being set up for an acoustic, has it? Anyway, enough of this, let's go back up top. I just wanted to show you the basics of it and you know, how easy it is to use and stuff like that. Now remember, this is a very quick, simple, short review of this acoustic effects unit that we're going to use on an electric, and you probably save yourself some money if you find one, like I keep on about all the time. Save yourself some money, don't go and spend thousands on the other stuff. You can spend a lot more than I spent on this on one damn pedal. It's just awesome, really well made and all that stuff. So that's the quick run through. What we're going to do is we're going to whiz outside that way and listen to it with an electric guitar, which is a bit weird really, you might say, but wait until you see it, or hear it should I say, and then you can make your own mind up whether it's worth investing your $120 or your 99 quid or £90, excuse me, £90 I think it was, yeah. It's all good, it's all good, it don't get much better than this, especially for that money. So you want to do things on the cheap, this is it. Don't forget to go to www.TonyMcKenzie.com for different reviews, lots of different reviews, or my YouTube channel where you can see, well, 215 other videos like this one, or some are much better, some are much worse. It depends on your view, but they're definitely worth going and having a look. Yeah, that's it for now. The music's coming up, the playing's coming up, the examples are coming up, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Now get out of here. Okay, well here we are in the studio, and I've got the TC Electronic G Natural. This is for an acoustic guitar, remember, and I just thought I'd plug it into this Hughes & Kettner Triamp, and it's completely clean channel, so you can get an idea of some of the effects and sounds that you can get out of it from an electric guitar. Now, I know it sounds a bit weird, but listen, an effect's an effect, and it's highly unlikely that they change much else except maybe the EQ, which you can turn off, by the way, on this this unit. One other thing, on the boost, you can actually boost up to 10 decibels, which is a bit short of some of the pedals like this one. This one can go to 25. But a 10 dB boost is nothing to be sneezed at, and you can just switch it in and out just quite simply. I've only got a few factory settings set up here because I mess around with it all day. It was just an idea to show guys that you can take this unit, buy it cheap, and use it with your electric guitar. So here we go. This one's set up as a subtle acoustic. Well, it might be. I might press a few pedals while we go, so you can just get an idea of it. I can hear it. Maybe you can too. Let's put a delay on. Compression. The reverb off. Delay off, not the modulation off, just got a bit of compression. take your amp and use all the channels. You've still got the compression. Or maybe the delay. Okay, this next one's just set up as what it says here is an Acoustic Detune, and sounds quite nice actually, even though it isn't electric. Yeah, quite good. I'm back in the Queen channel, so you should you can hear it. Of course we can throw the delay on that. Short delay. Okay, this time we've got what it says down here. It says a compressed tremolo, and I just thought I'd let you hear that. Remember, it's all acoustic, but it isn't. I don't know why on earth it made it for an acoustic guitar, because it works in anything, doesn't it? And of course you can adjust everything that you're hearing. I have a dynamic delay, which if you pick it harder, you hear more delay. If you don't pick it harder, well, you don't. So here it is, just picked very lightly. You can hear it. Let's play it a bit harder. Get it? Okay, lastly I'm just going to give you a few random things. I'm just going to press a few different buttons, get a few different settings and just see what you get. I have it all set up on Queen, but do remember that if I was to flip across to there, I can still get that delay. So you get the idea, but I'm going to stay in the Queen mode for now, because I want to. So there, here we go. Clean chorus. Really nice. It's a really nice chorus. Okay, Okay, so hopefully I think you've got some idea of where that's coming from, and you stuff that in your amplifier and set it up accordingly. It does definitely not have to be for an acoustic, and I can tell you now, when you set it up right, it will sound nice. Yeah. So how would I rate the product? Well, I'd rate this one at about, well, actually bearing in mind the money, which is a very important aspect, and what you get for your money. I mean, it cost me £90, I keep telling you that, it's about $120. That's got to be a 9 or a 10 out of 10, at least for trying. And don't worry about the acoustic bit, because I think that's just, it'll make no difference. You know, a delay's a delay, right? Till next time, I hope you like this one. Just an interesting thing I found in a junk shop. Now get out of here!
Thank you.